Hey guys, I'm Bryson here, and today I want to take a look at a billionaire that didn't make his money from real estate or stocks or investing, but basically by having a chain of gas stations. Now, although that sounds boring, not that exciting, it did make this guy a billionaire. So if it works, and it doesn't have to be fancy or anything crazy. $1 billion from a chain of gas stations is pretty cool if you ask me. Now, by the way, if you guys are new here, guys, I post videos every single day on this channel, so make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. And without further ado, let's get started into this video. And by the way, I've been MIA for like the past 3 months or so, but I'm back. And this video is officially back to being a daily channel. Now, let's start this video off right now.
2 Ferraris, 2 Bentleys, a brand new Rolls. Not exactly the cars you'd expect to see in the driveway, but the guy...
Oh my God. So basically 2 Ferraris, 2 Rolls Royce, and I used to get super impressed with this stuff, but lately I'm just like, okay, liability here, liability here, liability here. Although they're cool liabilities to actually have, I just think about wasting money and usually just spending a ton of money on things that go down in value. However, if he has the money, he's a billionaire, he can basically afford it. But let's take a look before I start judging even further.
Guy who used to pump your gas. But when an Indian immigrant traded his small village for Big Apple ambition, he managed to turn a single service station into a billion-dollar behemoth.
Wow. So honestly, I've actually seen this gas station several times in the Bronx and also around the city. And by the way, I don't own a car, but you can't really like ignore a gas station because it's literally like everywhere. So I might actually know exactly the company, but I never knew about this guy. And by the way, again, the guy's Indian, came from like this village, came to the Big Apple and made a ton of money. To me, that sounds like entrepreneurship. Sounds like a dream. Sounds awesome to me, okay? So let's just keep watching without judging just a little bit more.
Meet Harry Singh.
What's going on? Hi, my name is Harry Singh. I'm the president of Bola Oil Corp. I'm a company of convenience stores in Long Island, New York.
Oh, so he's basically like an owner of several different chains of gas stations. So initially I thought that basically he created his own gas station, but it sounds like he's just the owner of several different franchises, okay? So basically it's kind of like me, one person owning a McDonald's, also Wendy's, also a Chick-fil-A, all that stuff, but I'm not the maker, I'm just the owner of a franchise, okay? But let's keep watching. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I'm probably not wrong.
Taking care of some deep cleaning, store's doing good.
I started this company from one gas station, 4 mechanics, 2 cashiers, 6 people, and
Yeah, so off the bat right there, okay, he started pretty small. And usually, whenever you want to start something, it's not a good idea to start like massively, because usually what that means is basically you have to wait until you have all the money. Just start with whatever you have. And by the way, it sounds like he has like a gas station / mechanic area, and that sounds pretty cool. By the way, I think he's a mechanic also, so in reality, it's $1 billion mechanic. That's awesome, right? It's awesome.
I grew this company into now $1 billion company just in 25 years. Good job.
Now, notice what he said there. I grew this company into $1 billion company just in 25 years, you know? And to him, that sounds normal, but to the average person, they're like, wait, I have to wait 25 years to become a billionaire? The answer is, if you want to amass this much wealth, it's gonna take time. Things that are worth something usually take time. $1 billion in 25 years, that is not overnight, that is not short term. It takes some time to actually get there, but awesome still.
Over the last 5 years alone, Bola Oil Corp has made combined revenues of $3.3 billion. Yeah.
Wow. $3.3 billion is a lot of money.
Billion with a B.
No, I did not have a dream that I would ever be a millionaire.
And how could he? When he's...
By the way, you know, I noticed something that basically when you come from a third world country, you have these aspirations, but you never really say like, you know, you're like, okay, I'll go to America. But to think like, hey, I'm going to go from this small Indian village and go out there and become a billionaire by literally being a mechanic, pumping gas, and also having like a deli / in those gas stations, it's kind of like unbelievable, right? But this guy definitely did it, and I'm super proud of him. It's honestly awesome.
He started out with next to nothing.
I was born and grown up in a small village called Sunampur in Punjab, India. About 1,500 people population, consists of all farmers, and I always had a desire to migrate
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. This reminds me a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He came from a small village also, in a sense, and then his desire was always like, hey, I want to go to America. I want to go to America, do something great. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And this guy is obviously this guy also. Awesome.
To this greatest country of the world, in the United States of America.
So Harry scraped together $50, said goodbye to small-town farming, and struck out for New York City.
I never understand, like, how do these people get to America? You know, because at least for us, it was like very complicated to get here. But I think it was, okay, remember, right? This was like back like 25 to 30 years prior. So it might have been a lot easier to actually get into the US. Like, not as much of bureaucracy and all this other stuff here. So $50, when he comes from a small village, it probably took him a while to also gather that money up.
I was somewhat scared, but not knowing what I was going to do to make a living.
But guys like Harry don't let a little fear get in the way, so he kicked his job search into high gear.
I started driving a taxi, on which I heard.
Yeah. So, you know, whenever you get somewhere new, and by the way, you always hear like the same steps when it comes to a billionaire or a millionaire, someone successful. It's usually, hey, I got some income. I use that income to then go ahead and invest. I kept investing into that business. I started small, and then I just kept going and going and going and going. And at some point, they faced a hurdle or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. But the point is, they keep going. But you can't start anything without that first piece of income. And by the way, I'm sure this guy wasn't like super passionate about being a taxi driver, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get where you want to go, right? Just being honest.
Heard from people they were making good money. When I used to take my car for repairs, most of the repair shop you go to, you waited in the line to get your car serviced. And there's always cars waiting to get work done.
While his fellow cab drivers saw an annoyance, Harry saw an opportunity.
Yep. So whenever you want to make a lot of money, you look for a problem, and instead of complaining, you kind of create a solution. So pretty awesome if you ask me.
So I decided to go to school to qualify as an auto mechanics. And once I'd done my certifications, I bought my first station in Brooklyn. This is the repair shop where I started working 25 years ago, being a mechanic.
That is awesome. Now, by the way, here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter where you start working. It only matters where you're actually gonna go, okay? If I start working at McDonald's today, but I use that money to go ahead and fund my entire next degree, either an accountant or a mechanic or a trade job, whatever it is, that's the whole goal, okay? Everyone has like that first job that you kind of don't like, but you use that money to go ahead and get that other job that you actually do like, and you want to put it into action, okay? And it's very important, you know, he could have probably bought his first gas station and kind of like figure it out and like hire a mechanic and then maybe just like do that from that perspective. But if you know exactly what goes into everything, you become a lot more successful.
Mechanic, fixing cars, getting dirty was no surprise to me. Whatever it takes. I had to find a way to build a new customer base. I learned by cross-promoted. When people were shopping at us for gasoline, we give them coupons and promotions to bring them into get their oil change done, get their...
Yeah. So it sounds like this guy was like, hey, all right, so we'll start with the gas station, but our real business is basically the mechanic stuff, right? So we'll give you guys coupons and promotions. If you come here, pump your gas, we're very nice, very gentle with you guys. Eventually, you'll say like, hey, why not just like fix my car right here? It's an official place also. I also have some discounts and coupons. Why wouldn't I want to do that, okay? It sounds pretty promising, and it sounds like an awesome idea.
Brake job done, I got the tune-ups done, and it was successful. I brought home $76,000. That was my first year annual income. And we continued.
Wow. $76,000 from one gas station. I don't even know how many he has now, but he probably has a lot more. But it reminds me a lot of also Sam Walton, the guy that created Walmart. His first year with his first Walmart, he didn't make that much money. But then you get your first one, then your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth. And by the way, you don't expand until you know for a fact, hey, I have a solid business here. I want to expand this. If you have a bad business, don't think like, hey, I'm going to move over here. It's going to be great. Usually, you want to have a solid foundation before you go out there and keep expanding, okay? So just keep that in mind.
We saved whatever we could save from the business. I bought my second station, third station, fourth station.
Yeah. So it sounds like exactly what I said in the beginning of the video, right? You start with one, then you basically go ahead, get your second, your third, your fourth, and you just rinse and repeat, right? Now, it takes a lot of hard work, obviously. It's not just all of a sudden, but it just takes time, and then step by step, you just keep going and going and going and going, right? You get that initial income, a taxi driver, then you go ahead, you go to school as a mechanic, you get that now, you buy your first station, and then you grab that money, you save it up, you buy your second station, your third station, your fourth station. I think I messed up there, but you guys get what I mean, right?
Within the first 5 years, I had about 8 sites, and I continue moving forward, doing very well and growing and building, buying new.
By the way, first 5 years, 8 sites. And if we go based on what he actually makes, he said he makes, right? So that's around $70,000, right? Let me just put on the big camera here. $70,000 per site times 8. That's around $560,000, not including the cost to operate, employees, taxes, and so on. But the point is, so far, you have 5 years, you're almost making $500,000. That's awesome, right? And in 25 years, by expanding it over and over and over and over again, then that's when things start expanding like crazy. And this guy's not a billionaire, okay?
New station.
But a change in the auto repair industry threw a wrench into Harry's budding empire. Newer high.
There you go. And that is when you actually come into some struggle, okay? You can't just have everything go like this. Success is not like this, right? It's kind of like success is like this, okay? Success works like this. You go from here, here, and then you go up, right? Sometimes you go from here to down to then back up, okay? But there is going to be some turmoil. And it's kind of funny how, like, I guess exactly what he did step by step, okay? He started out first, he had some trouble, yes, but he went ahead and he figured out a way to actually do it, okay? But let's keep watching.
High-tech cars meant fewer breakdowns. And when they did need fixing, they went back to the dealer.
In 2001, that was one of the worst years in auto repairs for us. We lost 15% in the auto repair side of the business.
So it sounds like, he created basically a solution for a problem, but then the dealerships created another solution for their problem, right? So it's kind of like capitalism, right? You kind of make this entire thing where basically, hey, we're here, but we want to go there, and it's constant competition, and you have to keep creating new ways to solve different problems. So let's see how he actually kind of like solved this entire loss in his entire like revenue.
When I first started, gasoline was never a main way making money for the business. The auto repair was the place that had made the most amount of money. We had to continue find those revenues. I was definitely very stressed, kind of put me and shook me up, and I don't know where to go from there. I went looking for another opportunity. So we started building convenience store in 2002.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. So he pivoted, right? So he basically said, hey, if I'm losing 15% of my business here, how do I retain this? The answer is he pivoted. He diversified. So instead of being like, hey, I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket, the gas station basket, I'm going to go ahead and also put some eggs in the convenience store basket. And then he actually started creating more. Let's see how this ended up, though. I'm super curious, man. This is awesome.
Because convenience store was a new thing, new offering on a gas station that had worked in other states. This station was consist of a repair shop and auto accessories. This was no food, no coffee, or no snacks was sold here. Today, space that's basically made no money. Today, this space generates anywhere about $40,000 to $50,000 a monthly in.
Wow. I had no idea that the convenience stores inside of the gas stations make this much money. And it makes sense, right? Because when you're pumping your gas, usually you're hungry, you might want some coffee, you might want whatever you want. You go straight into the convenience store, right? So $50,000 just in revenue from having like a little convenience store in that gas station. That's awesome. Until like you have like, well, I don't think when you have like Tesla and stuff like that with the whole like charging up stuff, you'll probably even boost this up even more though. So wow, just wow.
But 50 grand a month is pocket change compared to Harry's big idea, opening his own fuel distribution center.
Yeah. So this guy, man, said, you know what? I want to, it's insane, right? So it's kind of like, how do you control every single part of your business and cut out the middleman at every single turn, okay? I make my own gas station. Okay, I have my own gas station. I have my own mechanics. I have my own convenience store. But now, let's make our own fuel distributions. And that way, we get a cut of the whole system. This guy.
Oil Corporation was created in 2004, so we could have bought, purchased product at the best cost available in the market by becoming a wholesale distributor.
When you control every aspect of your business, low costs mean huge profits. Yeah,
Yep.
Harry's a pro at making money, but he's even better at spending it.
By the way, I want to say one thing here. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your wealth. If you're worth like $1 billion and you want to buy a Ferrari, a big house, and just like enjoy wealth, that's fine. The problem is basically when your expenses are higher than your revenue, right? Because then you have you don't have a surplus anymore. You actually have where you're actually missing money every single day. That's not what you want. But Harry, billions of dollars, has a nice house, nice cars, probably a nice family. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
This is my home. Beautiful build, custom, 22,000 square feet.
Wow, 22,000 square feet, $23 million home. You know, I used to think like, you know what, if I become very wealthy, I want a home like this. But the more I think about it, it's kind of like there's so much expense, right? There's so much cleaning, there's so much maintenance, like consistently. And I don't think I want that actually. By the way, if you look here on this picture, you can see like, well, you can't see it because my face is in the way, but let me just move this around right here. If you look right here, guys, there's literally like this little lady right here that's actually cleaning, okay? So in reality, like I said, you know, like this stuff, it does not come cheap, okay? It does not come cheap.
You can call it a house, you can call it a mansion. Grand is engineered and designed in the US and built in Spain and brought in one piece, all hand molded. We spend close.
Yeah, guys, you know what we know, the surprising thing about money is basically if you're a billionaire or millionaire or just like have like $50 in your pocket, there is a way to get you to spend all your money. Like, oh, this came in from China or Spain, it was molded, had crafted, all this stuff. Sounds just like expense to me, right? But yeah, like I said, man, if you want to enjoy your wealth, do what you want to do as long as you're not spending way too much money than you actually should be, because then you have a problem.
Close to $1 million in the total stairways, the hand carved fireplace that came from Italy. You have 20-karat gold leavings, artwork done on the walls. You look at some artworks that was done by.
Yeah, guys. So I think I'm done here, man. So I think I'm done here. Like I got the whole picture when it comes to the whole like gas station, the whole business. But now we're getting into spending millions of dollars potentially on just remodeling this house. The ceiling mural alone was $250,000, okay? The whole staircase was around $1 million. You have like the gold pedals, all this stuff. At this point, you get into like, hey, very high-end consumer stuff. And this is where this video ends. If you want to watch this full video, I'll put a link down below. But overall, what I think about Harry here, I think Harry is solid, man. I think Harry had a dream. I think Harry accomplished it. I think Harry got exactly what he wanted. And now I think that Harry is just enjoying his wealth. And to me, that sounds awesome. If you get to this point here, the core idea is basically you just start small. You build, you pivot a little bit, you control your whole operation, and that way you get to make a ton of money. And that's the whole thing, right? But once you have that money, don't go out there and spend all of it, because by the way, okay, just to make sense of this, okay, if you spend $250,000 on a mural, but you're actually worth, say for example, $1 billion, you can't even put this into this calculator, by the way. You can't even put it in. You can't even put it into the calculator. But the point is, even 100 million is just 10% of $1 billion. But in reality, that's only around 0.0025% of what your wealth actually is, and not even counting that Harry is actually worth 10 times this, okay? So the point is, it's all comparatively to what you actually made. But guys, that is about it for this video. Comment down below and let me know, what ideas do you have when it comes to making your first $1 billion? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, if you're here, well, like this video. On top of that, also subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified. And if you want to text me or talk to me, start my Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Bryson. See you guys next time. If you want to watch another video on basically another $1 million home, here's that video right here. And click around. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.